Welcome everybody, this is Greg Doss, a GD, non-attorney pro se consultant. I'm not an attorney, I don't practice law. What I do is study law and tell people what I've learned based upon my experiences and even share with you how I've gotten the information. Now in today's video, what I'm going to do is share with you some of the tips, I'll call them pro se tips for preparing for court, and we're going to go through some of the things that I do as I prepare for court, whether it's a hearing in front of a hearing officer or even a judicial proceeding. I typically take the same approach to each one of them. So instead of me just explaining things to you, we're going to go over a little PowerPoint. Hopefully this thing may help you all out. And you have an attorney. These are things that you can actually share with your attorney relative to whether or not he's doing what you think he should be doing. So that being said, here we go. Hopefully those subtitles don't come popping up. At any rate, hey listen, if you want to support the channel, we Cash App, Zelle, you can go to my website, gregdoss.com. You see my full disclaimer there. You can use PayPal, or you can even email me if you decide you may want to utilize the service. And by the way, if you do call me for a consultation, you can always say, hey Greg, can you actually record our consultation so that in the event I need to take notes or I don't take good notes, I'll actually have your audio, and this to be your audio for your own personal benefit, and you can use it as you like. And naturally, I guess I couldn't keep you from sharing it, so no sense even bringing that up. That being said, let's get to work on this PowerPoint. So, well, like I said, they're helpful tips, and hopefully they are helpful. You can find them helpful. I haven't done one of these PowerPoints in a month of Sunday, so you all bear with me, please. And hopefully this thing goes well. So anyway, here we go. Pro se tips part 1. And okay, here you go. Strategies that I've used to help me get the remedy that I'll show you a little bit later on. And let's not forget that this stuff is not intended to be legal advice. The first thing I would tell you to do is be prepared for your court date, no matter when it is or what it is. As long as you get adequate notice, which if you don't get proper notice, you can always move to, you can ask for a continuance, you can ask for an outright dismissal if you don't receive proper notice. But if you're there, you probably have received proper notice. But anyway, I like to give myself 3 to 5 days, and in fact, within those 3 to 5 days, I tend to do some fasting so that I can have my mind as clear as possible when it comes to these proceedings. In my instance, I'm there by myself, but if you happen to be there and you have an attorney, even if you have an attorney, do so 3 to 5 days, go over some of the final things with your attorney, especially if it's a criminal case. Actually, it doesn't matter what kind of case it is, criminal or civil. You want to give yourself some time, and you want to make sure you go over all your strategies with your attorney. Know your position, meaning know if you're the plaintiff in the case, meaning you're the person bringing the action. If you're a respondent in the case, meaning somebody's bringing an action against you. In child support cases, you're generally going to be a respondent for most of the cases that I know of, but yeah, I guess it's possible you can bring in an action for child support as well. But in the state of Florida, most child support cases they go through the Department of Revenue. As we all know, the Department of Revenue is the plaintiff, despite the fact that they'll say they're on behalf of the mother. Go to 12.040 other Florida rules of family law, and you'll go to C2, and you'll be able to, under scope of representation, and you'll find out some pretty interesting information. Are you a defendant? Meaning, is it a criminal case? Are you defending against a state action where they've alleged you committed some infraction or crime to which the state is a party plaintiff or going to bring the case? Know all the players, meaning know if they are your state actors or are they even federal actors. Whoever they are, you need to know what they are, what their role is, whether they're a judge, are they hearing officers. And in some states, hearing officers have, actually, I don't know of any state where a hearing officer has judicial capacity. A hearing officer has non-judicial capacity or administrative capacity in most instances. Are there going to be any police officers in your case testifying on your behalf or against you? If it's a traffic ticket or a speeding ticket, generally the police officers are going to be there to testify against you. Well, I guess there's some traffic cases where they can be testifying on your behalf if a party may have hit you or violated their duty of care to you. The police officers could be there for the purpose of helping you out. Are there any other public officials involved? Mayor, sheriff, whoever else, they're public official. They're state actors. If they're federal, in a federal capacity, meaning the taxpayers of the United States pay for them one way or the other, they're public officials. As it comes to the attorneys, what kind of attorneys are there? Are they going to be an attorney in a civil proceeding, meaning whether they're on your side or the other side? Is the end result going to be monetary or some other kind of injunctive relief? If it's a criminal proceeding, who the attorney is for you, particularly if he's private or state, what his role is going to be. Are there any private parties that have their own representation, meaning they don't want to say something there that may incriminate them in some other area, know who they are, what their role is? Are there prosecutors, meaning if it's a criminal proceeding where the state is bringing or the federal government is bringing an action against you, what's the role? What role is the prosecutor taking? And it's also very important if you're a witness for the state that you know what the prosecutor is going to use you for.